Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Tuesday, the 12th of December. So, what we got in store today? Well, just to remind you, we do have four central banks reporting this week. Today we've got the US inflation, so I'm quite. If I can get the right figure up here, let's just go to calendar. That would do, and look at where we are. He says, oops, 12th, where are we going? There we are. So what we got today actually is just, we've also had already the employment data, which was a little bit mixed there. Average earnings coming off there, which is deflationary. So we could expect a bit of relief on interest rates discussions this week, but I don't think we will somehow. Claimant count change there, 16,000 versus 20, so slightly better. Okay, as I say, today we've got then inflation at 130. Big day tomorrow, of course, with the Fed meeting. We've got the PPI in the morning. I say in the morning, in the US morning, 1:30 our time in the afternoon. Right, let's get on and look at these markets technically. So euro is still looking like it's in a downward trend. It's the only trouble is it's gone quite choppy. You can see on the 4-hourly here, it's just short of its weekly pivot. I'm sort of looking at that to see if we get a move into it and maybe even a move away. It's still sitting here on its quarterly pivot, so there's a bit of a cluster going on here. Short term, well, it's quite a mess. I said yesterday I'd be looking when I was doing the recording, waiting and looking to see if either this or the Euro CAD rolled over, and I said I wouldn't trade it for at least for the first 15 minutes of the next bar. And sure enough, the 8 o'clock bar completely reversed. Eventually it started going, but the way these markets are at the moment, I think there's too much risk. We'll see similar. We might get a little move, gets us a bit interested in something, and then rolls over. But the best thing for me to happen today would be to run into that weekly pivot and then start rolling over and at least get a session, maybe a 4-hourly bar coming off of it, and see if we could get into it. But we've got so much risk with news. The pound, and it's big risk at the moment, even though the news might come out quite neutral. The pound here, I was looking at this last night. It was setting up quite nicely on the 4-hourly for maybe a short there, but it's continued to push up there. Everything seems favoured a little bit at the moment aside of the US dollar, and well, we're seeing a trickle there, and well, maybe again we'll see what we had yesterday. I haven't checked the order book on this yet, but yesterday we had a stack of orders sitting up there. I've actually done a recording which I'll release later today in how the order book there saved us from saved a trade that would have possibly been a short. It turned around and it rallied it through, took the buy stops that were sitting above there. Anyway, today, well, it's looking quite messy here. I'll leave that for now. US dollar yen, well, going to leave a lot for now at the rate we're seeing. The US dollar yen just catching a bit of a sell here, nicely back into its 50. Again, got to be a bit patient. It has got the pivot below there, which could provide some support if it does get that far. It's just very early doors here. It's hit its daily pivot there. Just looking at it, it has broken over, and in the shorter time frames, it would have put lower highs in here. It does look slightly soft, but trying to put this little reversal bar in as I speak, and all things could be all changed come 8 o'clock. Aussie dollar, well, I was looking at it, it's funny, we were looking at it last night, the swing session we had. It's got some scope to push on upwards. continue upwards. It's a real mess when you come down to the 4-hourly time frame, and it's again just sitting there waiting for data. Into its daily R2 already. Wow, I mean the pivots are pinched here, so it's probably not a great shock, but this looks like it could just be reversing. It's already done a hanging man, it's going to have a shooting star. Could be looking for a roll over there. You can tell by my tone of voice maybe that I'm already thinking, is anything going to set up for us today? Well, US dollar CAD might be a bit more interesting. I've had this alert sitting there for a few days now, it seems. Actually, it is a few days. It's getting towards it. It's such a slow old progress. I was looking to short it way back on Monday the 4th of December, or Tuesday the 5th, sometime around about that time. It just it's last week. It just never got near it. It is at least moving lower highs, lower lows there. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna need to have a little study the order book of what's going on here, because we've got all these lows coming down here. It's been a point of support. I'll see if things have changed on that. Okay, New Zealand dollar. Okay, so got a nice flag on the daily sort of sitting on there. It's looking like it could continue to push. It's not looking so pretty on the 4 hourlies, but it's a descending channel, so same sort of it's the flag on the shorter time frame effectively. Coming down to the hourlies here, it's running out of steam by the looks of it. It's already run into its daily R3. Again, the pivots are pinched, but it could be well stuffed for now. Technical term that. I was looking at dollar Swissy. This has got scope on the downside here. It's starting to roll again a little. Again, coming back to here, looking at the bear flag that's sitting here on the daily, so the bigger picture here. But again, with the Swissy, we could end up what we saw last week. We could end up repeating it as we run through the rest of this week, as we've got news. We've got the Swiss National Bank meeting later in the week, so along with, and then of course the Fed and everything else, and the combination of them all could have an effect on this pairing. So it is looking like it's coming back for some more downside, and it might be later in the week that I have a look at this again. Euro yen. Euro yen, it's really not doing too much this week at all. Last week it was in a nice downtrend, but it's a mess as it sits at the moment. It's slowed up. It might get a kicker again. We'll see what drives off this. It's into its 50 MA. I'd prefer it back above its daily pivot ideally on any move here, but it's got scope for some further upside. The euro's picking okay, but the yen at the moment is strengthened a little bit. As I say, I personally prefer to be seeing that price action above the daily pivot before I was looking for a long. Okay, my favourite old pair likes the Euro CAD. As I already mentioned this, it bounced yesterday. It broke its low there. Look, actually it broke it quite a bit stronger very early, just after 8 o'clock, and pushed back up. I've got cut to another video actually sitting on there, the difference 15 minutes makes, to release this week as well, so I've got a couple of videos to come out, but that's certainly a case of where it's gone very quickly, then completely would have taken the stops out and then reversed. Right idea, wrong timing, or right idea, right weighting. Looks again today that we could see this sort of move come off again. I do like the euro to the downside potential, but a bit of patience again this morning. It's putting the right sort of signs in there. We've put in lower highs, lower lows in. It's fitting the plan. It's just whether or not it will work out. I mean, you can just see it flashing red and green at the moment, the current bar there. Things can change quite quickly after 8 o'clock. I'll be patient, but it does look like it's got some scope. Okay, that's pretty much it at the moment. Most of these pairs have got well, it's a real week of risk, as I say, and I don't like setting myself into risk when there's no need to. Gold, well, gold pitched up a bit today. Yesterday it just carried on that route it was in, and it turned around. Well, it's just turned around a little bit, but if anything, it looks a little bit on the berry flag sort of side. We could just see it roll back over on the lower time frames. Best avoided for me at this stage. Gold, oil, even oil. We can see the bear flag forming here on the dailies. I was looking for it yesterday to see if it broke away, and it had run into this pivot nicely. Never really did too much more, and in fact it's just sort of extending this at the moment. I should keep an eye on this for the downside. It's in a ascending channel, effectively running up here, so we'll see what happens. But on the shorter time frames, higher time frames, you can see it's a clear bear flag. Anyway, we'll see what comes of that. Equity markets, well, we just saw continued rallies when I was looking at it yesterday, and it's 4 hourly. Let's look at the daily. There you go, and it's continued to do so. The days are getting, I say the days are getting shorter. The bars are getting shorter, and the days are getting shorter until the 21st, of course. It has broken out the prior highs here, taken out the highs completely, but well, again, there's quite a bit of risk sitting in this, leading into non-farm payrolls. Again, higher interest rates are not good, or prolonged higher interest rates are not necessarily that good for the S&Ps. However, historically, they're not particularly high rates. But anyway, it's continue to take the easier route, which is the upside at the moment. Closer to home then, the DAX is again, I say this every day, it's an update today. Seems like a long time since we've seen much. We saw a little doji back here, and a bit of slowdown, but it's been one hell of a solid old market. That FTSE's struggled, but as I said to you yesterday, yesterday ended up as a bit of a down day, but it's just sort of working its way slowly up there. If you've got a swing with a bit of a wide stop, it might be doing okay. I don't think the interest rate meeting is going to affect it too much, but again, we don't really like high interest rates. It doesn't matter what equity market we're looking at, but it's a mess on the 4 hourlies. But it is, as I said, a swing with a big stop rather. Might see that benefit some more yet. Anyway, that's it really for me this morning. I'm going to leave it there. I wish you a great day's trading, and I'll catch you tomorrow morning on YouTube. Bye for now. Okay. I